Yo, welcome everyone. This is the final call and probably your last chance to enter a good long trade on Bitcoin because we can be expecting a new all-time high very soon. Let me show you. The bullish divergence that I actually posted about yesterday is right now playing out very nicely. I said to you, people are selling, but Bitcoin is moving higher. Bigger players are absorbing the selling pressure, and there is definitely going to be a very nice bullish Bitcoin indication. At the time of this tweet, definitely, Bitcoin moved once again towards the upside. We got a swing failure pattern or a liquidity grab exactly above the recent highs, but it also does look like after hitting such a major price target, the golden Fibonacci ratio, the anchored VWAP exactly from the all-time high, and also our major volume cluster, once we are measuring right now the entire upper price action, Bitcoin is at the moment seeing a very nice rejection back towards downside. And today, I'm even going to share with you the exact level where you can be looking for another brand new long or a buy position if you're right now not already holding a long position on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, and also maybe on many different altcoins. But nevertheless, we need to right now make a very simple and easy to follow plan. We are right now going to say, if Bitcoin does continue lower from our golden Fibonacci ratio, what we can say? We finished our first impulse L8 wave right here, then we are of course expecting a correction. Another impulse towards the upside can be expected afterwards, then of course another correction and another impulse towards the upside. Ideally towards our major Fibonacci price target I already shared with you yesterday at approximately 126.4 thousand US dollars. And probably right now you're also wondering, how low can Bitcoin actually go for our second L8 wave, where we can be looking for a long position, and also what is going to be the invalidation level of the entire position. So we are going to right now identify quite an important level that is going to be a very important Fibonacci retracement price target. When we go right now with our Fibonacci retracement from the exact low back towards the swing high, you're going to see that our very important targets are coming in at approximately 116.6 and also 116,000 US dollars. Now, the first important theoretical price target of the second L8 wave is always going to be the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level. But the reality is, I would adjust our Fibonacci retracement just slightly and also go with another very important 0.382 Fibonacci retracement level that is going to land, of course, slightly higher at 117,000 US dollars. Now, once again, according to the L8 wave theory, the second wave should go to at least 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level. But the reality is, 0.32 Fibonacci retracement level right here is already going to be a very important level. And let me right now share with you why. You can actually see exactly at this specific Fibonacci level, we also do have our recent low for liquidity purposes, which already right now shows that at this specific area, not only the Fibonacci level is going to be, but also another level. Additionally, the most important volume level we are right now paying attention to when we are measuring the entire upper price action is going to be the value area low, coming in exactly at the 0.32 Fibonacci retracement level. So I would say like that, once Bitcoin potentially right now does see a push towards downside, this specific area is already going to be a very important level where we can be looking for another long or a buy position. But now pay very close attention. If Bitcoin is then potentially going to go even lower and break all of our support levels, we want to get stopped out of our trade. So this is where a lot of people are going to mess up. You need to set a stop loss. You need to have an invalidation level in a case our plan is going to fail. However, once we are right now trading with the trend, once we are trading with the probabilities, in my opinion, looking for some kind of a trade for a long position at this specific area definitely does make a lot of sense. But again, make sure you have proper risk management, proper stop loss placement in a case we are going to invalidate our bullish scenario and Bitcoin is going to continue lower. That is also right now why I would really appreciate for you to smash up the like button because 1000 likes are really imminent, and also thank you for subscribing to the channel. Let me right to do share with you the first area of resistance I would be aware of once Bitcoin potentially is going to continue higher. And you can already see see, value area high is going to be our first major area of resistance on Bitcoin, coming in at approximately 119.5 thousand US dollars. And of course, this specific level is really not a random area. You can also see another previous high was put in exactly right here, which means we have liquidity above the value area high. And also, going with our high-term time frame areas of resistances, the daily level is also going to come in slightly higher. But the reality is, if we are paying attention towards our bullish elite wave count right here, of course, we can be expecting all of our resistances to be broken towards the upside and for Bitcoin to also form another all-time high. I just want to point it out this specific area because simply, if we trade from level to level, potentially, if our bullish scenario is not going to play out, we can maybe even see a rejection right here and then a push towards downside. It is super important once you're going to be potentially entering a long trade right here, maybe first take profit area right here, maybe even stop loss to break even, just in case we are going to see a rejection back down. But again, in terms of probabilities, I definitely do think we can be expecting a higher low right here, invalidation below the recent low, and of course also Bitcoin to continue its way towards another all-time high. Additionally, what are going to be our major liquidation levels we can be aware of on the 3-day time frame, because a lot of people are right now saying to me, bro, Bitcoin liquidation heat map on the 3-day time frame is unfortunately showing a lot of liquidations exactly below our recent lows, where approximately 100 million of long positions are going to be liquidated. The reality is, those liquidation levels are acting as a magnet for Bitcoin, and usually we really like to take the liquidity below the recent lows before Bitcoin continues higher. So in this case, if we are right now looking on the 3-day time frame, it is more likely for Bitcoin to take the low right here and then continue higher. However, what if we zoom out, let's just say on the 1-week time frame? You're maybe even going to be surprised, because in that case, bigger liquidations are not going to be below the recent lows, but actually above the recent highs at approximately 120,000 US dollars, almost exactly at our daily high-term time frame area of resistance, and also the value area high and the liquidity level. That is why, once again, if I talk about right now the ideal and most likely scenario, I would be looking for a higher low right here, and for Bitcoin to then continue its way towards the upside above our major liquidations cluster right here, and for us to maybe even hit the all-time high in the next couple of days, in the next couple of weeks. Additionally, when you pay attention to the Oscillator stochastic CG oscillator on the 2-hourly time frame, you're actually right now going to see we are forming some kind of a double bottom pattern, which historically speaking, it's actually a very nice bullish Bitcoin indication. Let me right now share with you the last time Bitcoin got a double bottom pattern on the 2-hourly time frame. It was only a couple of days ago we formed a double bottom right here, and Bitcoin exploded towards another lower high to approximately 121,000 US dollar area. So those double bottoms and also double top patterns usually like to play out, especially if they are forming on a higher term time frame, such as the 2-hourly, 4-hourly, maybe even the daily time frame. But as of right now, we are seeing the double bottom pattern being formed on the 2-hourly time frame, which of course, especially if we are then going to see some kind of a very important area of support being hit, I would definitely say we can be looking for a high probability long or a buy position. But once again, note, I am talking about a high probability trade and not a trade that must and is going to play out. We are not talking about 100% probability. I'm simply saying to you, we are in an uptrend, support level is going to be hit, double bottom pattern is forming on the Oscillator stochastic CG oscillator, so the trade right here simply does have a higher probability of playing out. That is why, if you want to trade with us, make sure you're taking an advantage of the free 8,000 US dollar bonus without KYC and without VPN with the second link down below, because only for today you can still get 10 USDT completely for free only after you register, and then also deposit, because you're going to get a 20% deposit bonus. This specific campaign is going to run out literally later today, and it's actually quite an exclusive campaign we have right now with BTunix that you can get with the second link down below in the description. Now, let me also share with you another bullish indication I would like to see to be confirmed in the next couple of hours on the 1 hourly time frame. And that is actually going to be the exponential moving average cross. Because yes, on the 2 hourly, we are still moving in a very nice uptrend. 4 hourly daily time frame, all of the higher term time frames are in an uptrend. But on the 1 hourly, on the other hand, only a couple of days ago, we got a bearish cross. If Bitcoin is going to be able to actually still trade approximately at this specific area and then do see a bounce towards the upside, we are definitely going to confirm a bullish cross also on the 1 hourly time frame. So this right here is then definitely also going to boost the probabilities of our long position to actually play out. So this right here, of course, is going to be another very nice bullish Bitcoin indication. Now, once you go, for example, with the RSI and also with the money flow and the MACD indicator, some of the indicators on the 2 hourly time frame are right now being slightly more bearish. Higher high on the money flow, higher high on MACD, higher high on the RSI. We are forming hidden bearish divergences, which clearly, of course, are going to be bearish Bitcoin indications. But once again, with those bearish indications, ideally, I want to see a push towards the downside, some kind of a higher low, and then simply continuation of the trend towards the upside. A good thing right now is that no, we are not going to form probably any CME gaps approximately at the area where Bitcoin is trading as of right now. The CME gap at 114,000 US dollars is unfortunately right now still open on Bitcoin, but the reality is because we are above the value area low, because we are trading above the last volume area of support, I'm right now being slightly more bullish. I also know that we have gotten a very nice bounce exactly at the bottom of our horizontal range, so that is why ideally I want Bitcoin to continue higher, and no, I am not betting my capital that Bitcoin is going to go lower with a short or a sell position, even though we hit quite an important level. If we trade with a trend, if we right now also talk about our bullish elite wave scenario, technically speaking, we should be expecting a higher low on Bitcoin, and then of course also continuation towards the upside, ideally towards our major price target towards 126,000-127,000 US dollars, where potentially, of course, we can top out, because this right here is then going to be the last push towards the upside on the Bitcoin chart itself. That is also right now why, if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free bonus, no KYC, no VPN, with the second link down below, because only after you register, you're going to get 10 USDT, but then also deposit, because you're going to get a 20% deposit bonus. But also right now, thank you for smashing up the like button.